Welcome everybody. We are back with the Indie Grounds podcast with a new episode, and I'm so happy to be back. I really appreciate all the support that I've been getting, and I moved, so I had lost internet connection. It's partly my fault. I didn't really set it up the right way, so there was kind of a small gap in between, and so because of that, but also mostly because I personally was just a little tired after the move as well. I postponed making new episodes. It was supposed to be for 1 week, and then the internet is what made me push it through to a second week as well. But I have both things sorted out now, and I am just happy to be back. It's crazy because we keep growing on this podcast, even despite the schedule getting interrupted by the move. So again, I just really can't thank you all enough, because I just love talking about music. And today's episode is no exception. It's in fact a song that is very near and dear to my heart, not only because of the subject matter that the song is about, but also because it is a band that is from my hometown as well. So here we go. The song that we are going to talk about this week is entitled Everything Is All Right by Motion City Soundtrack. Now, to set it up, how many of us here can say that we suffer from anxiety, right? A lot of us do. Or if we don't suffer from chronic anxiety, we get anxious about things every once in a while. But especially for those who do suffer from chronic anxiety, from social anxiety, this song was specifically written just for you. Now, the song's lyrics is essentially a person talking to themselves in a mirror. And that's not even me just saying it. Lead singer and songwriter Justin Pierre of Motion City Soundtrack said that essentially it's the main character of the song talking to themselves almost in a mirror, kind of like when you tell yourself to calm down and by saying, everything's okay, everything's all right, just over and over and over again. And as the song progresses with the lyrics, you can tell the person in the song, the character, just has a hard time connecting with anybody. Like right off the bat, one of the first lines of the first verse is, give me a reason to end this discussion. So he doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to mention what his problems are. Later on, he goes on to explain, I hate the ocean, theme parks and airplanes, talking with strangers and waiting in line. And what's ironic is Justin was very open at that part, because he specifically says that is the things that he actually does hate. Now, of course, the song goes back with the lyrics right back into the character talking to themselves again. Tell me that you're all right and everything is all right. Once again, kind of trying to calm themselves down again. Then in the second verse, they go right back to, you could say, their insecurities and their fears and anxieties again, because they go right back into saying, I hate the things I do when I'm nervous, like cleaning the oven or checking my tires or counting the number of tiles in the ceiling. So once again, it's going back into all the things that they struggle with. And then they say they used to rely on self-medication, but I'm doing better at fighting the future, and one day we'll be fine. Yes, I'm doing just fine. So once again, it's them still struggling with trying to stay positive, but then realizing there's still things that they struggle with. You go right back into the chorus again. There's a small bridge part, kind of like an instrumental break. And it's an awesome, awesome break as well. The drummer, Motion City Soundtrack drummer, he is so underrated. He goes into a few drum rolls as well. Right after that, there's a small kind of back and forth between the lead guitar, rhythm guitar, and bass. And what's really cool about that is Justin himself is the one that plays the lead guitar part during that section of the song, if you've ever seen them live. So that's a really cool thing as well. And then right after that, the bridge goes back almost to the very first verse where they shout it back and forth. Because again, he starts shouting, "Give me a reason to end this discussion, to break with tradition." So again, he's going right back into his insecurities as well. And it's just awesome because, again, it goes right back to the chorus where he's kind of medicating, self-talking, trying to hype himself up again to overcome his problems. And to me, it's one of the most open and honest discussions about social anxiety, where you kind of just go back and forth where you don't really know if you're feeling better or not. Then you can kind of compare yourself to where you used to be and tell yourself like, yeah, you know what, I'm making progress. Or then you maybe face a trigger and then you go right back to your old bad habits again. And the cycle just kind of repeats. But I wouldn't really say that this song is a depressing one. Yes, it does maybe talk about subjects that are a little difficult to talk about, or people who do struggle with chronic anxiety, social anxiety. They tend to just realize that this problem is not really going to go away at all in their life, but it can be managed in their life, and kind of feeling positive about that, saying that in a positive way, not a negative way. There are so many, especially punk rock songs or indie songs about mental health, and it's an awesome thing. And at the time, because this song was written in the mid-2000s, songs about mental health was really starting to come out more and more. It wasn't a mainstream thing yet, but more and more you're starting to hear songs about that. And it was such a nice thing, to have songs that you can relate to. I mean, honestly, to this day, I still listen to that song, and that song is very important to me. And it's one that I really connect with. So if you have never heard it before, I highly recommend that you just give it one listen. Just give it a try and listen to it. Even for a laugh. It even kind of helps me laugh about any anxieties that I have as well. Now, the musical aspect of the song is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. If you don't know who Motion City Soundtrack is, they are like kind of an indie punk rock band from the mid-2000s. They went all the way up till like 2020, 2021. They broke up for a while, but then after COVID, they kind of had an opportunity, you could say, to kind of regroup and start touring again. So they are back once again as well. But they are kind of that punk rock band, so a lot of power chords, a 5-piece band. They have a synth player as well. And like I said, it's pretty straightforward. What's really cool is they were likened very much to Blink-182, which sounds weird initially, but then you find out that Mark Hoppus actually helped produce 2 of their albums as well. So I don't think that's an accident. Now, I don't think that this song and the album that this song is on, he was involved with yet at that point, but he did catch wind of them and, like I said, help produce 2 of their albums. So that's an awesome thing to see as well. But yeah, that's all I had for this song. Again, the song is Everything Is Alright. It's by the band Motion City Soundtrack. If you need a song that helps talk about anxiety, social anxiety, this is definitely the song to check out. I'm so excited to be back, and we will definitely be making new content once again. I will see you all next time.